on, logged on a little bit early, give everybody some time to get on. We appreciate you joining us this evening.
Kelly and Obie here with Lunar Illuminations, coming to bring you the Libra full moon lesson. So I want to give you a few minutes to log on there.
There's Julie.
Well, hello, Julie. Good to see you on here. So glad you joined us. Obie's my eyes, so he'll be telling us as people log on, and we'll try to say hi. And what we're going to be talking about tonight is some of the energies that are going on, and the full moon in Libra, and how that's working with the sun in Aries, and pretty amazing information coming out tonight.
Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, we might want to talk about going outside.
Yes,
in our neighborhood.
We're coming to you live from our backyard. We decided it was so gorgeous out tonight, it would be a waste to do this inside, but we do live in a neighborhood. So occasionally you may hear a lawnmower or a dog barking or a random neighbor.
Lack of muffler.
So we may, I don't know if you can hear all the birds chirping around us. A great feeling. We love our little backyard. You may hear the chimes in our tree also while we're on this broadcast. And to us, it's a pretty special little place, but we do get some random noises come out.
Very good. Hey, there's Casey.
Hi, Casey. So we're having great weather here today. Gorgeous spring weather. That we're very grateful for.
Better than the weekend.
Yes, we were backpacking this weekend in Arkansas, and we didn't quite get the sun we were looking for, but we still had a fabulous time out in nature, connecting with the waters and with the plant life and the standing talls, the trees. It was fantastic.
Julie says hiking looks good on you. Weekend hiking.
Oh, yes. And only the weekend. I actually could still make it up the stairs at work today. So, yay.
Very cool. Well, got about 2 minutes. We going to start?
Okay. Okay. So, tonight our lesson is about the Libra full moon. And so when you think about the Libra sign, we think of those scales and think about balancing. I would imagine that everybody out there is working on balancing right now. With the times that we're having, balancing is more important than ever, but more difficult than ever. Some people may be overworked and out there being essential workers and having so much on their plate. Other people may be going crazy because they've got so much time on their hands at home. And so figuring out what that balance is. And the full moon in Libra is all about the balancing act.
And relationships.
And relationships too, yay. So we get to talk about that tonight. One of the things I wanted to talk on was about the word Aini, which means right relationship in Quechua. In the Peruvian language, a lot of us study the Peruvian shaman way, and Aini is about being in right relationships. So with this study about the full moon that I've been doing in Libra, that just really came to me that right now it's so important for us to be in right relationship with ourselves, with other human beings, right relationship with this COVID-19, right relationship with Mother Earth, right relationship with the universe. And so I really want you guys to think about that as we're talking about relationships and being in right relationship, which means reciprocity. That's the word I always stumble on. You know, that you're giving equally. So when we talk about that balancing act and the importance of relationships, the most important relationship is with yourself. And what a lot of us don't realize, and when I was studying this and thinking about this, is the relationship with ourselves. There are so many different relationships. The relationship with our body, the relationship with time, the relationship with money, the relationship with other relationships, our relationship with integrity. And so right now, Libra is asking you to define what inner harmony means to you. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, what does inner harmony mean to me? And inner harmony, to me, that peace within me, is knowing that I'm living in accordance to my values, knowing that I'm resentment free, that I'm not stuffing down emotions, and that I am able to peacefully communicate without any fear of, repercussions or reactions or somebody, judging me for it. And so I was thinking about that. I don't know if you want to share what that inner peace might look like to you, Obie.
Well, I've had a difficult day. I had a difficult day after being, we really didn't see human beings other than the three of us all weekend.
It's pretty fantastic.
And a beautiful, diverse array of forestry and Mother Earth. And coming back to this and coming back to a terrible experience at the post office and not such a great experience at Walmart today, and coming back to all of it was a difficult for me. And so in doing my own relationships with the world and my own inner peace, I find right now I can't go. I have to take a break before I go to the next store. Just because you didn't find it at Walmart, or they're out of it, and you've got the next errand to run, and you don't want to be out any longer than you have to be. You got to take a few moments of peace in your car or a quick walk, park farther away, take a quick walk in and get yourself in a better space to deal with people that are dealing with this crisis, and try to have a little bit more patience than I sometimes have in customer service or in help or in stores. So that's where my challenges with relationships were today, and my own finding that inner peace. Even getting ready for this minute, this time together was difficult for me tonight. So.
Well, and that's the thing that we really have to take a look at, is what is that? Because until we can define what that inner harmony looks like and feels like, we're just kind of flailing around. And so if we can seek to understand these relationships, all these energies that we have going on. Looks like we've got some more people logging on.
Yeah, Nakia logged on, Holly's on. Looks like Holly's having some Libra tea. And Amanda's on too, so.
Hello. So, but these energies that are all around us, sometimes we have conflicting energies. When I talked about the relationships with our body, relationships with money, relationships with relationships, if we've got these conflicting energies going on about them, they are going to cause blocks. So, for example, let's say that you are praying for abundance and you're wanting to see abundance in your life, and you have something inside you, an energy about you that thinks that rich people are bad. And so if you've got that energy and that judgment, you're not going to bring abundance to you because you're giving off a negative energy. Does that make sense? And so same thing like with relationships. If you're praying for a relationship, but you're going, all guys are awful and they're terrible and there's no good ones left, then you're putting out there, nope, I don't need a relationship. I don't want one, because of that judgment. So really seeking to understand some of these blocks are going to be really important, because they will block abundance, relationship, your joy. What we need to really look at is emotional intelligence. And so emotional intelligence is really learning to observe emotions through awareness rather than reacting to them. And boy, howdy, that's a big order. It really is. It's tough when we have emotions come up, because a lot of times the emotions that we're having and the feelings that we're having, especially if they're really big, aren't just about that moment, aren't just about the fact that he forgot to put the toilet seat down. Oh, he would never do that. But if you have big reactions about it, there's probably something underlying, that you fell in the toilet at some point because somebody did that. And so you don't want to suffer that embarrassment again. So looking at when you have those emotions come up, can we be an observer of them? Acknowledge, yeah, I'm angry. Acknowledge, yes, I'm sad, but think, is this also coming from something else? Because then when we can look at those from a different viewpoint and express ourselves, then we can move forward and we can really get, that harmony with ourselves and with other people. You know, if we're not able to express ourselves, that's going to be really tough. And if we're not coming from inner harmony, it's going to be really tough too, to really come into a mutual relationship. Because if you have two wounded souls that are coming together, all you guys are doing are pushing each other's buttons. And we definitely can understand that, right? You had that look on your face? Yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking how this segues into I wish I'd had the video out there. We filmed a wonderful video last weekend for the Libra full moon meditation, and it's an exercise with yourself and with your partner. It really segues into that really, really well, because about appreciating your partner, showing the love and appreciation, and voicing that with a connective exercise. And so actually will be my homework as soon as we're off this video, is getting that cleaned up and edited and posted for you guys this evening, because it really, it's at a beautiful spot, was filmed beautifully. Kelly did a great job leading it, and it's really into what you were saying there.
Yes, and so hopefully tonight you'll be able to. There are individual exercises to do, as well as exercises with your partner. You can also go back on to our YouTube channel and view it at another time when your partner's there. But I really encourage you to, because it was a great exercise, and we did it on camera, and it was kind of like, wow, that was pretty cool. So, with relationships with others, we're seeking to understand ourselves. We have to also seek to understand someone we're in a relationship with, whether that's your coworker, your boss, a family member, your significant other, but really letting go of judgment during this full moon in Libra and seeking to understand. If we can come from a place, a not wounded place, a place where we are in inner harmony and they're in inner harmony, wow, that's when the magic happens. That's when we can truly support each other. You can listen and you can support them without codependency, without manipulation, and merge together and raise each other's vibrations together. And so that's something that, I hope in this full moon cycle that we can continue to work on. And we're always continuing to try to raise our own vibration so that we can come together. So it's always interesting presenting this as a couple when it's about relationships. But when you have, so you've got Libra full moon tonight. I think it's going to be a beautiful moon. It definitely is beautiful this weekend. But you also have the sun in Aries. And so when you have the moon and the sun, you have both those lessons coming together at the same time. So if anybody is struggling with that balance that we're supposed to be getting in Libra, this could be why. Aries sun is all about defining your moving forward, being focused on your purpose. And so it teaches us we don't really have to rely on anybody else, because everything we need is right there before us. So meanwhile, we have Libra and purpose. I mean, it supports that, but believes that inner harmony has to come first. So you can have a little bit of conflict within yourself, in wanting to strive for that purpose, but also making sure that it doesn't interrupt your inner harmony. That purpose of having to go to Walmart. We have to have some things sometimes, but if it is destroying your inner harmony, how do you do that differently? But the bright spot is, if we're at that inner peace place of Libra, we better see the next steps on our path that Aries wants to go forward on. So really they can come together, and make great partners. But we have to stay in those higher vibrations. And there's always higher vibrations of any sign and lower vibrations. Libra, says that the path is always sweet when you're sharing it. The challenge is defining your own path and staying on your path while coming to your partner, listening and supporting them, but not veering off. So compromising from harmony, but not reaction. So not sticking to your guns no matter what, but not giving up your dreams and your purpose. So
Ann Beard joined us as well.
Well, hello, Ann. So talking about the lower vibrations of Aries and Libra. So we've got the full moon in Libra and the sun in Aries. And with Libra, the lower vibrations tend to be indecisive.
No.
We've got a Libra here. Do you relate to those at all?
No.
No, not at all. The good thing is Libra sees all sides as beautiful, you know? So the choice is like they're all equal, you know, because they're all beautiful. But that can lead to being indecisive and not being able to figure out a path, veering off the path, you know, somebody sometimes going onto somebody else's path and then kind of regretting it and having to shift directions. And when you're in a relationship and you've gone on a path with somebody and then you shift directions, sometimes the relationship will survive that, sometimes it doesn't, you know. And so, you know, not giving into that, you know, indecisiveness, that's that lower energy. Also that passive aggressiveness. If we're not able to define what our needs are and come from that inner harmony of this is what we need and set some boundaries, then we'll manipulate to get what we want. And if we're manipulating because we're not stating our needs, we become stubborn, you know, and sometimes we'll just check out and avoid people. Ooh, I see lots of smiley faces and hearts and stuff. That must be hitting home with somebody. I can't tell who it's coming from, but I love seeing all of those little emoji reactions there. But, you know, what we need to do is some of us may never have really learned how to state what we need. You know, I talked about my inner harmony, being able, you know, to voice where I'm coming from and what I need without that fear, you know, of repercussions. And, you know, sometimes that's a learned behavior from childhood or previous relationships, you know, that you just haven't ever learned how to safely state what your needs are and how to get them met. It can be done, you know, if you're in a relationship where it's not safe to state your needs, you know, that may require some changes. But it can be done if you and your partner can come together, you know, and learn how to voice your needs and learn how to listen to each other. Really important that, you know, when we come together and we're talking, you know, not only do we express our needs, but be able to, you know, validate the other person's needs and their concerns and their issues. And, you know, we have to really remember that our true energy, you know, comes from ourselves. You know, we don't get it from somebody else. It comes from ourselves and our connection to whatever our higher power is, God, the universe, Mother Nature, you know. And so remembering that that's first, and then we can come as a full person into partnership with whoever that is. So then with Aries, that low energy can manifest itself as selfishness and aggressiveness. So with Aries being so focused on this is my goal and I'm going for it, you know, they may just do so without having, what's that bringing up there?
There's a couple of Aries online, I think. I wonder.
Do they ever get so super focused and forget about other people's needs?
No.
And whenever you go from that self, you know, almost self-righteous, I'm going for my dreams no matter what, you lose any kind of empathy. You know, you end up bulldozing your partners. And what kind of partnership is that? And then the aggressiveness, you know, you can start getting demanding and bossy and coming from really an internal conflict, but thinking that that's going to solve it. You know, if I just say it stern enough and I stand my ground, then they're going to see my side. And really what you're wanting to restore that inner peace, you know, and the inner peace and the passion and going forward can work together. But you have to have that inner peace to be able to be in right relationship and ironing with the people around you and with the environment and with society. So we have a full spectrum of energies on that low side. But once we become aware of them, we can transform them and we can move up. I mean, none of those, you know, low side energies are really helpful to relationships. And think about it. Do you relate to any of those? I think Obie tried to call some people out.
I didn't say who.
So do you relate to any of those? It's okay. It is. Acknowledge it. That's the first thing, is awareness. And then once we have that awareness, we can work toward that inner peace. So really learning and observing your feelings and triggers right now in this full moon of Libra and the sun in Aries, that is our challenge, you know, is learning about our feelings, where they're coming from, what are the triggers, you know, and then figure out what works for you. Oh, we was talking about that, you know, trying to cram everything into one day. What when you get into that space? Do you need to meditate? Do you need to go for a walk? You know, hot bath always helps. You know, is it certain breathing? You know,
need to go back to the woods.
That's true. Except Arkansas said we can't come back.
We're going anyway. Your daughter's online.
Well, hello, Paige. Good to see you, Paige Delgado. And so, you know, learning to, what's in your toolbox? Yep. What do you have to help you through those times when you're identifying those feelings? Because feelings are going to come up. This is a really good time to bring that shadow into the light, the things that we kind of have maybe tamped down. Let them come to the light so we can identify them. So we're not letting them interfere with our relationships. And so that we are, you know, addressing those and getting back to that inner harmony. So I know that several of you purchased full moon kits, and Obie's going to talk a little bit about those kits and what was in them, some of the meaning behind them. I think there's still some available if anybody is interested.
They're on the Etsy shop. Yep. You can look at our shop through the Facebook link. Matt's not home. Matthew Port's not online, but this is the Matthew Port stone. This is lepidolite. It was one of the stones that actually got shipped out initially. The bracelets, the lapis lazuli bracelets, just got shipped out today. I apologize.
I got one on. I know a guy.
They got stuck in customs, but it's a great, powerful stone. We got some natural ones. We did a great little battleship game. Everybody picked their own stone by photo grid. But again, it's a great stone for emotional healing, balance, purification. The cards on there give you a lot of this, but some of the things I didn't put on the card, so many properties available to this stone, but it's a really great stone for electromagnetic protection. So if you're the type of person that worries about that, around a computer all day long, around a cell phone all day long, that's a real big deal. You can use that stone and it will help protect you a little bit against that. The other thing is it actually dissipates negativity. And I think that's what our poor friend Matthew at our home, I don't think he planned on budgeting for a full moon kit this month, but he actually took the stone, about fell off the couch, and specifically really became attached to it. It does a great reduction of stress and it reduces stress and depression significantly. So what a wonderful stone for this time. What we're all going through.
I've been carrying both of these stones with me for about the last 5 days, yep. And the great balancing properties that they have are amazing.
Yeah, lapis lazuli. Kelly's got a beautiful one here in our collection, and that's what we went with the bracelets. It's really a great stone to kind of ignite some things. Really opens that third eye, inner vision, truthful communication with higher powers or what you believe in. It opens that third eye. It really helps with spiritual journeying and really connecting to one's own spiritual power. It's actually very protective as well. It contacts spirits for protection. So those of you who have the bracelets,
great thing to be wearing right now.
Absolutely.
Because we're not only dealing with, some people have fear of actually catching the COVID-19, but there's just a lot of fear about all the changes that are going on. The changes in our lives. It's changing.
It specifically calls out to those spirit guardians and really helps brings a protective circle to your spirit. and really kind of providing balance. Another fun thing that we did in the kit this month, and I think we might do in full moon kits going forward, is the tea. We actually brewed a tea. I saw Holly's actually drinking her tea right now, but it was a fun to come up with a tea blend for Libra. So I'd like everybody give us some comments on that specifically, and see how that was. And then I know some of you are very familiar with our spirit water that we make and brew, Nunu.
Baby bottle.
It's a baby bottle, and what's great about the baby bottle, that's the baby bottle that during camping all weekend. So we had a beautiful.
Weight. We didn't have to worry about weight with this.
No, and it's actually it's got a high. I can't obviously advertise it to be anything that would be used for cleaning and this and that, but I can tell you it cleans my aura. It cleans my mood. It's exactly what I want when I've had that bad experience at the post office for 20 minutes and I went back to Holly's car and I wanted to dig in my bag and just spray myself all over. But it really, really does help with the spirit and lighten you. Amanda likes the tea too.
Oh, great. Glad to hear that. That's awesome. We were supposed to take some camping with us this weekend and we forgot.
We forgot. But we'll have some tea tonight.
And then also some of the other items that you have for sale.
I don't know if some of you got to see them, but we've got these great lunar calendars that I kind of came up with the design, saw some different ones that are out there for the entire year. A lot of people, especially with us doing 2 ceremonies, normally we do a live one. And right now, obviously with all the precautions going on, we're not doing live gatherings. And then we'd always do a full moon online. And people get a little confused, especially now. Well, Libra's not till the fall, but it's a Libra full moon. So you got your moon sign, you got your sun sign, you've got Mercury retrograde that affects us and this and that. You've got eclipses coming out throughout the whole year. You got supermoon and non-supermoon. Tonight is a Libra pink supermoon.
Pink moon.
And again, this calendar all in one view for everything and it's actually for our time zone. A lot of them that you order, it'll come from the East Coast. Anybody join us on the East Coast? At one point in time, we were up to 19. So anybody join us on the East Coast, but this is specifically for the Central time zone. And that does change depending on your time. So we always do it right on the full moon and right on the new moon, our evenings. And like I said, tonight we will do specifically, I'll get that the Libra full moon meditation posted because it's a great video. Paige likes the calendar. We'll have to get her sent one.
There you go. And I really encourage you to take the time, if not tonight, sometime this week, to do those practices in Libra, because if you're challenged with some of this balancing act that we're talking about, your energies and figuring them out and coming in harmony, it's a really good way, because one of the best ways to come into inner harmony is to improve your self-esteem. And so it works with some affirmations, and so they can be really helpful.
Yes, and those of us that are Mesa carriers and have been really, really dedicating an hour every night spiritually with Mesa carriers all over the world, all over straight to the master shamans in Peru. A lot of this moon stuff is really incorporated into that. We practiced spirituality our entire weekend, backpacking, connecting with nature, had a wonderful water ceremony yesterday, and even the cards that we drew in some of the in inspiration decks really, really hit very, very strong into the Libra lessons that Kelly talked about tonight. So we definitely knew everything's aligned to tell us what we need to know, and if we would just listen and use those tools.
Yes, and that's it. Using our tools. That is definitely a take home. I preach that all the time in my job, so it feels funny saying it in this space. But
Pinsky just joined.
Well, hello, Paula. So we do have.
We still have Aries kits and Aries new moon kits, because that we still got 2 more weeks of that, 2.5 more weeks of that, and then we do have more of the supplies. And if somebody just wants one of the lapis lazuli bracelets, I'm not mentioning anyone's name, but they're online. They typed both of them. I know their partner's got getting theirs, and if somebody knew it, we could actually probably supply the places separately from the kits or more tea bags or whatnot. I did make a pretty good supply of them, and I think I think the tea will be a hit. Every full moon kit from now on, we'll have a tea. Maybe another candle next month or whatnot, but it's really been a very great joy for me to put these things together for everybody. And I do apologize about the delay on the bracelets. Dropped them. The terrible trip to the post office, everybody, was basically sending your bracelets out today. So it was worth it.
Yes, most definitely. So check out our Etsy shop. You can get to that through our Facebook. You can check out any of our meditations that we've done and the practice that we talked about for the full moon in Libra on our YouTube channel. So you can access any of those. So I don't know, have you been paging down to see if we have any comments or questions?
I've been scrolling down.
Okay.
I can't, there's the person that has no idea who you're talking about. And Anne would like me to get her an Aries kit. So
Fantastic.
we'll get her an Aries kit sent out. I do also, again, still have new spirit water available. I do want to mention, I just had a bird go into our house.
There we go.
Okay, sorry about that.
Some winged
But
ones.
this was really fun. The spring equinox batch that Angie came up with the concept for and we bottled up, limited edition, sold out, completely sold out. And the summer solstice is
I'll be
coming
upset if my batch doesn't sell out too.
But because of the limited editions and it's such an interest in them, I think we're probably going to do some pre-orders on it. So even in the next, maybe before we're online again, we might have some pre-orders available. See what kind of supply I need. I only made a half batch of this limited edition, so we'll
do one with the summer solstice.
Yeah, do one.
It'll get to be my batch.
It's the Kelly batch.
There you go.
Kelly brew.
So, and when we talk about the spirit waters, if you're not familiar with spirit water, like Obie was saying, cleansing your energy field, cleansing your house, great for road rage. I swear those little spray bottles are wonderful to carry in the car.
I haven't filmed my commercial yet, but it's coming. A little bit of Angie's batch towards you guys.
There you go.
Right now.
We'll send it out to you through Facebook. What better way, right? So we really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us. Please feel free. We'll review any comments if you guys have any questions about anything that we talked about or any of the products or anything like that.
Absolutely. Tell us what you'd like to hear about next on the next new moon, next full moon. I'll get those dates out, and on the shop, people that have been great about online purchases. And I don't necessarily send out the thank you emails and whatnot. A lot of you are close friends and friends that are getting closer with us, and we appreciate you all, and we enjoy this. This has been life-changing for Kelly and I to do this together.
Most definitely. We hope to be coming to you from more exotic places than our backyard in the future.
More tea, like your Nakai likes to
More tea, all right.
And Paige spills the good vibes through the computer.
Oh, fantastic. So. Fantastic. And I can't see the time, can you, Obie?
We did.
He has to be my time check.
33 minutes. You went a little long, this time on the sales pitch. So again,
thank you so much for joining us. We wish you well, and just keep taking good care of yourself.
Love and light to you all. Bye, guys. And